Hello everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. How are we doing? Is everyone good out there? Everybody having a good one? You're all kicking ass as you already do on a daily basis. I hope you're all having a great time. I am slowly losing my mind painting Clanrats. Slowly. I've been very busy the last couple of days. A couple of IRL things have gotten in the way. A lot of editing has had to go on. A lot of videos, obviously, as you guys have seen. So I haven't got as far with the 40 Clanrats as I would like to have done. But we're making good time so far. I've actually just finished off another scheme, which I'll show you all in just a minute. But I hope you're all doing very, very well. Happy Monday. Happy Me Time Monday. Hope you're all doing well. Ricky Drinks Paint has been a member for 14 months. That is incredible. Oh, well past a year now. That is incredible. Thank you so much, Ricky Drinks Paint. Hello, Tattooed Zoologist, Travis Woodside, Yamail Angmar, Daniel Rhodes. What part of England is Josh from / what is his accent called? I am from Gloucestershire, but my accent is probably what you just kind of call Middle England. There's elements of Yorkshire in there, which is bad because I lived there for quite a while, and then there's elements of Gloucestershire in there as well, and then there's elements of London as well. So mine's a bit of a mishmash. It's from all over the place. Good afternoon, Wildy, Laura Brand, Gwatkin Gaming, Grey Wolf, the Mini Creative, James Matthias, good afternoon, Tau, hello, Colonel 149th of the Death Corps Creek, good morning to you, Mr. Plume, good afternoon, Mini Creative, Chewy Zero, Eric Kamanu, Travis Woodside, Flying Muttley, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. So, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all having a great time. I'm going to show you what we've been up to with the Clanrats. So, these are some blank ones. So we'll just pop these out of the way. These are the ones we're going to be filming and painting this afternoon with all of you here and present, so you can watch as it goes. You can choose, I think, which clan we do next. I think we'll leave that up to you guys. Eric Kamanu, thank you very much for the 5 gifted Warhipster memberships. You're kicking us off in an incredible way. That is amazing. Thank you so much. That puts us from 463. So just a mild 37 to go until we reach that 500. So what we've done so far, I want, for those of you out there who demanded it, it's like the second one that I did, we have done Clan Scurvy. So there you go. There's Clan Scurvy. Now you'll notice that the metallics aren't done. The metallics are all going to be done. All 40 of them are going to be done as the last step in this video. Okay, so there's your Clan Scurvy, and we've done 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 of Clan Scurvy. So there you go. There's your Clan Scurvy. This is what you guys asked for, so this is what you're getting. So there's your Clan Scurvy. We've done Clans Eshin as well. So there's Clan Eshin. 1 of those. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon. Clan Scurvy need pirate eye patches. I agree, but I'm not going in and modelling those on. So there you go. There's your Eshin. And we've got another one here. There we go. And we've got another one here. There's your Eshin. So it's pretty much all black with a hint of dark red in there. And then if you need a third colour, that's what we've done on this one. So we've got another Eshin one. We've got a little bit of a hint towards the poisony bit with a slight hint of Pterodon turquoise on one of those bits just to kind of break it up a little bit. So there's your Eshin ones. As was trying to make an appearance, we've done Pestilence. So there you go. There's Clan Pestilence. That's the first one. So we've done 1 of those. We've done 2 of those. There's a pestilence one. We've done 3 of those. There you go. There's another pestilence. Looking excellent. And there's our 4th one. So clan pestilence. There we go. Now, this is where things are going to get a little bit confusing because they all pretty much have a very similar color scheme. Okay, so what we have is we have clan Moors first. There's clan Moors. For someone who has no clue on the Skaven, do each clan just have different colors, or do they have special abilities or skills that make them different from each other? They used to have different special kind of abilities and stuff that used to make them different. Instead, what I think they're going for now with the clans is that they have kind of their specialties in what they really represent. So, like the Verminous Hordes, the Moors Holes, and all that kind of thing. They're kind of more your like the Verminous Hordes. So like your rat hordes. So you have a lot more of these kind of guys. The Clanrats and stuff that would come from clans Verminous and Moors. Molder, they have a lot more. They specialize in making abominations, so like the rat ogres and that new one that came out. This is still clan Moors. Here you go. Here's another one, clan Moors. Then we have our banner in the form of clan Moors. There it is. So again, just really simple color schemes that we're going for here, and it'll all come together a little bit more when we do the metallics. Pop that one to one side. Now we have Verminous. Here it is. So there's clans Verminous. That's the next one. So there we go. There's our unit champion. We have our musician as well. Clans Verminous. There we go. You can see very similar to Moors. Verminous again. More Verminous. Looking cool. And lastly but not leastly, we have our last Verminous one here. There it is. So that's number 4. And then the one I just finished off was Molder, which is again very similar. They focus on reds, bones, and black as well. So what we have here is we have our Molder Clanrat. Here it is. Here's one. And then we have another one there. Do you see what I mean? There's lots of red going on, but that's okay because we're going to be moving on from red now because we've done all of the red ones. There we are. Oh God, there we have it. So lovely stuff. So far, as mentioned, we've done Scurvy, Eshin, Pestilence, Moors, Verminous, and Molder. Now, on my list of things to do, of Clanrats to do, I've got Skryre, Rictus, Creepus, and Septic. So, I would ask the chat, which one do you want to see filmed today in front of you? The next one on my list is Skryre, but we can do something else. If you would like to see something else. Also, Creepus, Septic, Rictus, they're all slightly different ones, so no Clan Vespid. Which one is Clan Vespid? Bearing in mind, I have a limited amount of Clanrats. I have 4, 8, 12, 16 left, and they're done in batches of 4. I'm seeing a lot of people say Skryre and Septic. Have you played the Elden Ring DLC yet? I've been squeezing in a couple of hours here and there where I've basically finished a task, and then I'm like, well, dinner's in about an hour's time. I'll just play a bit of Elden Ring. And I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying the DLC. It's been good. I think I've done most of the Remembrance bosses. There's only a couple left, I think, for me. But yeah, just squeezing in. Like I'll literally go downstairs and I'll be like, all right, I've just finished For example, I've just finished the painting the grace here. Dinner is going to be ready in about an hour and a half's time, so I'm just gonna play Elden Ring for about an hour and a half. I think you guys are asking for Skryre here. Now, as far as I can tell with Clan's Skryre, what it is, when I look, and bearing in mind, if I've got all of these colours wrong, it's not my fault. It's all of Reddit's fault, because I've been looking them up because I don't know them off by heart. I've been looking them up and going, okay, what is the colour scheme here? And then just kind of finding the most consistent thing that's been in there and then going with that. So don't blame me if I've got all the colours wrong. Which I know some people will do in the comments anyway, but that's fine. What would have changed if Sigvald Burgundy was out when you painted Sigvald's cloak? I can't remember off the top of my head without having him here. Sigvald the Magnificent. Let me look it up. Honestly, it's a weird pink. And Sigvald Burgundy is probably not the right colour for it, which is weird. It might be that Doomfire Magenta would make an appearance in that scheme. But Sigvald Burgundy is really quite dark. If you were going to use Sigvald Burgundy for the cloak, you'd want to thin it down, maybe 1 or 2 parts. I'm always hesitant to say I would change my schemes, because I think the scheme achieved what it achieved, if you see what I mean. So it's like, yeah, it's probably fine. I have 2 remembrance bosses left, Midra and Radahn. Yeah, so I think I've got Radahn left, and is it the Mother of Fingers? Is that one? Polygon, just want to say thank you for the painting tutorials. I'm still learning the hobby, and your videos provide knowledge and encouragement. I am starting to paint this week. That is awesome. You ever get that new rig, Josh? I did, Chewy. We're on it right now. It's lovely. It's how I'm able to have this camera work as well as it does, and this camera work as well as it does. What I've discovered I need to do is I actually need to update my monitor in order to get full 4K resolution. So I need to basically look at getting either a 4K monitor or a 1440p monitor, because OBS is dumb and won't actually stream at that unless you are presenting the video feed to yourself in that resolution. And this monitor does not do that. So this monitor is like it's a widescreen monitor, which is great for this stream because it means I basically have 2 monitors within that one, which gives me enough real estate. But yeah, unfortunately at the moment it's a bit stupid. Did you paint a warp lightning cannon for Spearhead? No, not yet. Maybe we will get to. We'll maybe get to it eventually. New monitor fund. Maybe. I mean, new monitor fund always kind of feels a bit... To me, that feels a bit like... That feels a bit cheeky. I feel like I should sort that out myself, you know what I mean? Could you recommend a colour for me, please? Currently building an elven army. I'd like a crystal-like vibrant blue similar to that used on the Elrond banner bearer model. What would you choose? Honestly, my favourite contrast blue is probably Frostheart. So that's the palest one. It's also one of the really nice paints to use. So Frostheart, I think, is the brightest, nicest blue without going into things like Pilar Glacier or whatever. Pilar Glacier and Aethermatic Blue don't really change the colour. They just kind of give you a very bluey recess, whereas Frostheart does a really good job of like actually painting it into a colour. Can you give all of your rats non-metallic metal? Absolutely not. There is no universe where that would ever happen. Are you using the old color schemes from the Skaven Army Showcase book? Yeah, pretty much, Brainbug. I'm basically when I'm looking it up and I'm seeing these pictures. Let me show you one. It's a terrible picture, but basically it's this type of picture wherever I'm seeing it. So this is what I'm going off of, basically, when I'm looking it up. So in here, for example, it's like, okay, so like Clan Septic, that's probably what I would use. That picture there. Some are better than others. Or I use this one if I can't find... Oh, good lord. That's kind of what I've been going off of to get my colour schemes. Can you paint your Clanrats in sub-assemblies? Not really. They come in like 2 parts each. So they're not really sub-assemblyable. When will you paint Shalaxi Hellbane? I answered this question the other day. It's a joke. I see, Brian. Well, you got me. Well done. When will you paint Shalaxi Hellbane? To be honest, at this point, it's either going to be later in the year, or it's going to be when the Hedonites of Slaanesh book comes out, or it's going to be when the Chaos Demons book comes out. That'll be when I will time Shalaxi Hellbane. Because I am not going to take away time from painting Skaventide to paint Shalaxi Hellbane. Because I'll put that video out and no one will watch it. Because it won't be related to anything else that's going on in Warhammer right now. And that'll make me really sad. Oh, God. Just kick the desk. So, yeah. Good evening, plops of corn. Slaanesh September, Fulgrim, Hedonite, Shalaxi. I mean, look, we can do something like that, but again, if there's nothing related to Slaanesh that's going on at the time. So, if in September, right, say they go, we're doing the Blood Angels Codex, and I put out Fulgrim Slaanesh September. If I do Slaanesh September instead, what happens is those videos just die. They just don't get seen. The algorithm just goes, no one else is talking about this, so who cares? You're going to do a tutorial of the terrain? I am, because it's all part of Spearhead. It's part of Project Spearhead. Are you going to do tutorial videos for all of Skaventide? That is correct. At the risk of adding to the "Are you going to paint?" run of questions, any plans for Magister of Tzeentch? Finding a... Is that the one on disc, Chewy? Shalaxi has a big ass spear. I know, and a large spear head, but it's not. It's that thing. Look, I know you will, Cameron, and I appreciate that greatly. Are you alternating Skaven / Stormcast Eternals video? Yeah, that's what we're doing. So we're going 1 Stormcast, 1 Skaven. So the next video, given as Rat Ogres came out yesterday, the video tomorrow will be Stormcast, will be the Liberators. Then it will be these. And then it will be the Lord Terminos, who I've not painted yet. But then after that, I've got the Claw Lord to do. So what I might do is if I get these done in good time, I'll do the Claw Lord, and then I'll do the Lord Terminos. But it'll still go 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, like that. You see what I mean? This video is going to be an enormous one, and it might take it out of me because it's very long already. Is every single second of your life off camera spent building models? Yeah, pretty much. I'm either building or I'm painting, or I'm sleeping. It's one of those three things is what happens in my universe. Do you have any videos on the Virkos Bloodborne? I do. I do. If you go into the... I'll just grab the video for you. There you go. Are you sleeping enough, though? I don't think I ever sleep enough, Cameron. It's really bad. It's unhealthy. Right, shall we get on with it then? Shall we paint... Shall we paint... thingy. Let's paint Clan Skryre. So as mentioned, I am filming these. So what you're going to see happen is I'm going to disappear. Not the video. We need that. I'm going to disappear for a second. You'll see me do it, but it's just my face will disappear, which some would argue is better. So the Clanrats video is going to be with all the different schemes. Yeah. So hang on, I'll put the camera back on. So the way the Clanrats video is going to work. In fact, do you know what's easier? If we just do this, and I go back to the face cam. There we go. So the way the Clanrats video is going to work is it's basically split into 3 parts. The first part is 5 different skin recipes, which we've got for you. That bit's already done. So I've done all 40. That bit's done. Then, after that, we take one from each of them to create 10 different piles of 4 rats, right? Then, what we do is we go through and there's 10 different how to paint Clanrats recipes basically within that middle section, the meat of the middle of the video. And then once that's all done, which we haven't finished that bit, there's still 1, 2, 3, 4 left to go. Once that bit all done, the final section of it will just be here are the metallics across all of them. So, and it's basically just going to be, I've got a really cool idea for it. Basically, it's just going to paint every metallic silver and then use Gorgrunter fur to put rust or to create brass. Then shade it and then highlight it. And then 40 Clanrats are done. So then within that video, you can basically go, I really like the Pestilence scheme. I'm going to do that across all 40. You can go, I really like the Pestilence and the Skryre. So I'm going to do 20 of that and 20 of that. You might go, I really like the way you've done all 40. So I'm going to do all 40 in the same way. So I have a completely different colored verminous horde across all 40 of them. Whatever you decide. But essentially in it, there's 5 different skin and fur recipes, 10 different robes and shields, and then 1 metallics. Because otherwise, what we would end up with is 10 different videos where the skin would be the same thing each time, the metallics would be the same thing each time, and actually the robes and that, we'd probably end up spending a lot more time on it, which would then mean that those videos would be a case of, if you're going to line highlight, for example, all of the red robes, doing that across 40 Clanrats is way too much time. So what we've done a lot of, as I'll show you as an example of what you'll see in this video of how I've done them, is I've kept them really quick and simple. So it's not like we're going to use Evil Sun Scarlet and then Fire Dragon Bright on the red and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. What it basically has boiled down to is, for example, if we then swap back to the overhead camera, let's do Pestilence. I'll just give you the run through for this one. So basically what that is we've done Skeleton Horde over all of it, right? So all of the cloth and all of the wood. Then, over the top of the paler cloth, we've done Athonian Camo Shade. Over the top of the bottom cloth, we've done Militarum Green. And over the top of the like the wood, we've done Rattling Grime. And then we've added a little bit of Agrax Earthshade in there. And then it's all been dry brush with Screaming Skull. So it's really quick. So each one has taken me roughly about an hour and a half to get up to this level. and like doing all of the skin recipes. They took about 2 hours each. So, bearing in mind that I'm filming it as well. So I wanted to keep this video because if you're going to collect Skaven and you're going to have 40 to 80 to 120 to 200 of these, you don't want it to be a really, really, really long, clumsy tutorial. You want it to be really quick and easy and simple. So that's what I've tried to do with this video. The video is going to probably be over an hour. It might even approach 2 hour long, but it should be the definitive guide to painting Clanrats. And you'll see what I mean as we paint Skryre. So I'll just set up the shot, and we'll get going, because you'll see as we do this one. We will get Skryre done in the time that we have. So I'm going to pop over to the face cam, not face cam, we're on face cam. We're going to pop over to overhead, and I'm going to hit the record button, and we're going to do it live. So everybody, quiet on set. So with that dry brush applied, our clan molder Clanrats are now finished. Well, as always, excluding the metallics. So we're now going to pop them to one side, as we've done already so many times in the video, and we're going to move on to our next scheme, which is going to be Clan's Skryre. Now, Clan's Skryre has a really lovely sort of mid-green and bone type thing. So you'll be pleased to hear that we're done with all of the red for now. So we're going to start with this individual. And, well, as we've done so many times, what we're going to do is we're going to take the Creed camo and we're going to start applying this over the top of at least one area of cloth. And if you want to, you can also use this over the top of some of the shields. So we're just going to come in here and do the lower bit for this guy. And start applying this like so. There you go, we did it. Hooray. So now we'll come back. So there we go. So that's what we do. So we'll go on to the next one now. And we'll apply the Creed camo. And for this guy, what we'll do is we'll apply this over the top of the top robe, I think. Like that. And because his shield's on his back, we won't do his shield in green. What we will do, though, on this guy is we will apply the Creed camo over the top of the lower robe and over the top of the shield facing. So, Creed camo, on it goes. Like that. And then we'll go do the lower robe. There we go. And then we've got just a little bit of kind of under robe that you can see just here. We just want to make sure that we can get. And then I'm just going to wash the brush and wipe off that mistake there. Like so. That's 3 down. And then we got this guy. So what do we reckon? I think we can go for a green front shield. For sure. Like that. And then let's go for the bottom robe again. I know we've done that 3 times, but that's fine. So let's just get that on there. And that also includes this little area here. And under here as well. There we go. Lovely. Yes, it will, Kyle. I finally got around to painting last night. It's been weeks. Got my studio almost finished after the great reorganization. That's cool. Why did it need reorganizing, Travis? Your studio is gorgeous. It puts mine to shame. Mine is terrible. I will just point this out for everybody. My studio room is awful. I'm a streamer, and my background is gross. I hate it so much. I dislike this as my background. I don't like it at all. I really wish I had a nicer, prettier background, but I simply don't have the room. I could make a prettier background, but if I did, it would be a really annoying place to work. So this is like a very working setup, but I wish we had space to make this just look a whole lot prettier for you guys. Like I'd like to put the models on display. And they're in this cabinet, but you can't see the cabinet because I'm sat in front of it. Because that's the angle the camera has to be at. Oh, it's the worst. Okay, so I think the next thing that we do is to add another green over the top. And is Militarum green the right green to do here? Because that's what I had planned in my head, but then I always question myself just before I go ahead and do it. I have to find it as well. That's Athonian Camo Shade. That's Militarum green. So the thing I'm just going to quickly look at. Let's just apply a little bit of this. Yeah, I think it is the right thing to do. Okay. Put a green screen behind you. Well, see, and that's the thing. If I did put a green screen behind me, it would then make this... I couldn't get in here. I'm in a tiny little cubby hole here. So it would occupy the space. I can't do it. There's no room in this room. Right, we are going to do the next one. Right, here we go. Bring the cat. Do that. Get that track in. So with all that Creed camo applied, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some Militarum green. And we're going to apply this over the top. This is just to bring that colour down just a little bit, but also keep it kind of dirtier, rather than doing something like Orc Flesh or Dark Angel's Green, for example, which would kind of give it that jewelly tone, which we don't want. We want it to have this kind of colour. There you go. Hackadeck, thank you very much for becoming a member, you absolute legend. Also, thank you very much for pointing out that I missed 2 of the paints list from the Rat Ogres. It was very kind of you. I have tried to resolve it in the best way I can. Oh yeah, we need to update the member goal. Check it out. 464. There we go. Cooking with gas. No, that was the one we did last. What did we do? Which one did we do second? We did this one second. Okay. So we'll do this one next. Yeah, so we're still continuing with the Militarum Green. We'll apply this over the top of the shield and the robe. Long-time fans of the channel will know that this is quite a lovely scheme for doing things with a Death Guard bent on it, which is where I got the scheme from. That is my interpretation of it. Gorgeous. I think I just got a little bit of green on that tail. Yes. Not anymore. Haha. You're done. You're done. Alright, let's do you now. So for those of you who weren't here at the beginning of the stream, we are currently painting in Clan Skryre, and we're also filming it live. Hence why it goes quiet for about 2 minutes every sort of 10 minutes. Here we go. 3 down. We've got a little bit more to do. Did we miss a shield? No, we didn't. We're all good. Militarum Green. On it goes. Lovely. Right, there we go. That's the green all done. Did you ever use Citadel synthetic brushes? Yes, I did. I didn't really like them. They tend to hook at the tip. Which is not something you want. Because it makes accuracy much harder. Especially when you're using contrast paint, because you'll fill up a contrast paint and then you can't see the tip. And if it's hooked, then when you go to apply it to the model, it'll slip off, or it'll move, or it'll apply it in a place where you don't want it. Mr. Hipster, I fractured my index finger, so won't get my big thing done for Tale of Many Warhipsters. Oh, I'm sorry, Fake Street Spirit. That sucks. I did manage to use your Fab Screamers of Siege video to ease the pain. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you fractured your index finger. That sucks ass. What about the Vallejo brushes? Still liking those? Yeah, I think there's some really good Vallejo brushes. I use the dry brush all the time. I haven't had cause to use my favorite one, which is the Pro Modeler 2, for a while, because that is a big old brush. What is glaze for? Shades are a different one. The glaze brushes are designed to hold even less paint than a small or than a layer brush. Because the idea with glaze is you don't want to have too much paint on your brush as you're doing it. You want it to have enough that you're delivering the glaze paint, but you don't want to end up kind of over blobbing too much. So a glaze brush is designed to be very narrow in its ferrule, so it won't hold much paint. I'm going to be base coating the thorns of the Briar Queen. If you've ever painted chain rasps, what colour do you think I should base coat them? With Nighthorn, I pretty much always recommend priming them in white, because it means you can bring the colour down in steps rather than have to nail it on the first go. So if you want to, like, depending on the colour you want to go for the chain rasps, or for any form of Nighthorn, if you spray it white, you can then kind of use shades to bring that ghostliness down, especially if you want to blend and stuff. You can do that. If you start any darker than that, they can end up being a little too dark for ghosts. I usually always recommend that. Stoogie asks, hey buddy, have you painted any Cursed City? Mine is getting delivered tomorrow. Stoogie, you are in luck, because if you need Cursed City, here is a playlist which has 19 videos in it, which includes a video on how to paint Kalarthis the Exile, the Kasagi Night Guard, Emelda Braskov, the Mysterious Objects, the Virkos Bloodborne, the Vargskir, the Cleona Zeitingale, Death Rattle Skeletons, Gorslav the Gravekeeper, Corpse Rats and Bat Swarms, Watch Captain Halgrim, Jelson Darrock, Torgilius the Chamberlain, Dagnai Holdenstock, Deadwalker Zombies, Radikar the Wolf, Glorio Ven Alton III, and Brutog Corpse Eater, and Octron Glimscry. Which is the entire contents of Cursed City. Hello, Tronic47. So, now that we've done the green, we need, I think, Agrax Earthshade is the appropriate paint here for the other set of robes. Is what I reckon. Or do we go darker? No. According to the pictures, it's quite bright. So it's Agrax Earthshade is the right one. Which brushes do you recommend for contrast paints? I use the small and medium layer brushes from Citadel because they're easy to get a hold of and they hold the paint really nicely. They're also quite nice in the hand, and they're not bad brushes, and they last quite a while. You're not committing by buying brushes that you can't necessarily get hold of very easily. You're also not having to spend too much money on expensive brushes, for example. Right, we're going to do a quick record. So again, quiet on set. You don't really have to. I'm just joking. You're not making any noise. You're all good. Here we go. So with that Militarum green all applied, we're now going to take some Agrax Earthshade, and we're going to apply this over the top of the remaining cloth. There you go. And we're back. Hello, Adam. How's morale? Morale's alright. I'm slowly losing my mind painting these. But after great deliberation, I mean, this is the thing with the video like this was where it's different to something like the Cruel Boys. At the time when the Cruel Boys video came out, we didn't know that there were going to be different. I didn't know that there were going to be different clans. So I just kind of went, well, we're just going to paint all 10 Gut Rippers that were in the box. And bearing in mind that there is only 10, and same for the Hobgrots. It was like, yeah, there's 20 of them, but we're just going to paint all 20 in the same manner. So that's what we did. Whereas for Skaven, because they're such an established faction already within the Warhammer universe, there's all this kind of pre-existing thing. So what I wanted to do here was make a video that was like the most helpful it could possibly be for everybody. So that then does mean that rather than going, oh, we're going to paint up 20 and we're going to paint them in this style, rather than making sort of a ton of different videos about Clanrats, which were all functionally very, very similar. It was just like, look, just do it this way. And like this is the hardest way to do it, of course it is. Because you can't get into a flow really. Because it's a different scheme each time. But overall, once it's finished, I think it'll be one of the best videos I've ever made. And I need everyone to watch it to tell me that I did a good job. Because otherwise Josh will be sad. I'm going to have to come up with a sufficiently clickbaity title for it, aren't I? The ultimate guide to Clanrats painting. There we go. So now we need to pick a leather colour, and the one I've used the most, and it's probably going to be the one we use here because it is the most versatile, is going to be Wildwood, because it's, you know, the best. But we'll get to that one in just a second. I need just a little bit of this because I missed a bit when I did the skin. There we go, sorted. Any idea when the Clanrats video is going to be released? We're having a Clanrats painting competition at the Element launch evening on Friday, and I need some tips. Yes, Dave, I can tell you exactly when it's going to come out. So, tomorrow's video is going to be Stormcast Liberators. Thursday's video is going to be Clanrats. So it'll be out on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Also, I realised I haven't done any of the YouTube-y things yet. We just jumped straight in. So I'm just going to hit over here for a second because, guys, if you're enjoying the stream and you enjoy me and you want to support me, please do leave a like on the stream because it's free. And it's a very kind thing to do because it means more people find the stream and then they come and follow all of the videos. And then that makes Josh very, very happy. So please do make sure you leave a like on the stream. Our first goal was 50, but I noticed we've just hit 50. So our next goal is to get to the magic number of 69. Nice. Likes. So we're only 14 likes away from that, which is awesome. And if you really enjoy the content and you really enjoy me, you can also consider becoming a member, where you can do things like join the Discord and meet all of the other incredible, wonderful, amazing hobbyists that are in the Warhipster community. Seriously, best place for painting in the world. I'm telling you now. And if that's not enough, if you're feeling super generous, you can gift some memberships today so other people can come and join in the community, or you can send a super chat to absolutely categorically have your question / statement / insult / compliment read out by myself on stream. Future thank you to anybody who does do any of that. And if you're enjoying the stream, like I said, please do leave a like because you are the best. Love you. Love you very much. I really like your clan molder Clanrats. Quickly, how did you do the skin? Also, Tails next Wednesday. Yes, Tails is next Wednesday. I really like your clan molder Clanrats. Quickly, how did you do the skin? So there's 5 different recipes for it. There's one that's based in... you can see it in the last stream we did, actually. That was the Cy Gore Brown one, I think we did together. There's one that's with Rattling Grime and Black Templar, one with Fire Slayer Flesh and Wildwood, I think. I can't remember now. It's been a couple of days. Essentially, the main base coats that I've used are thinned down Cygor Brown, Rattling Grime, Agrax Earthshade, Fire Slayer Flesh, Null Oil. Is that 5? Was that 5 or was that 4? But for full information on how all of the skin was done, you only have to wait until Thursday. Because that's when this video will come out. And that is a Warhipster guarantee. Alright, let's do our next colour. This is what I mean about how easy these are. So we're just going to hide the things. Go away, go away. Oh, we don't need that one there at all. Sorry about that. The PC fund was on. That didn't need to be on there. That was inaccurate. That one's done. we need to mute that and press the record button. And then we grab up our rat. Here he is. So with that Agrax Earthshade all applied, what we're now going to do is we're going to take some wildwood. And we're going to apply this over the top of all of the leather, the ropes, and the wood. Just start up here. Just like that. There we go. I need some terrain for AOS. Do you think GW will make a new set? I would guess that they probably will make a new set, yeah, for AOS 4. There will be something, I bet, that comes out for your games of not Spearhead, but there will be stuff that will come out as like a war zone or whatever the hell they're going to call it. It might not necessarily be new. Some of it might be a repeat, but I would guess that there will be. What I'd really like them to do is bring back some of that Storm Vaults to terrain. Because some of that was really cool. Okay. Next one. Gotcha. One more, I think. Yes, this one. There we go, nearly there. marvellous. Okay, now we have to kind of just sit and wait for it to all fully dry. But now that we've done that, it is ready for dry brushing. Num 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 num. I always forget to like your live videos, so your reminders and like peddling help. Good. Okay, we're going to hit a yes marker next to that one. It has been quite one of the things that I found quite startling about painting these is just how many of the schemes are actually just pretty much the same, which has been quite interesting. Because you're kind of like straddling that difference between like quite heraldic in certain senses, but also you want to have that kind of hodgepodgeness, as it were. Oh, I'm very excited for them to be over, though. What are you guys all up to at the minute? Other than being excited about Skaventide. Just finished Kurdos Valentian from the Nighthawks. Oh, that's nice. That's a cool model. I like the Kurdos model. Ugh. Painting 19 Sisters and regretting my choice to go with Bone White over Mechanicus Standard Grey. Ah. At work doing paperwork, questioning my life decisions. Oh. Anything I can help with? I'm waiting for Shadrach Medjison from Forge World. I can't wait to start my project of Shattered Legion. Oh, that's really cool, Kevin. That's really cool. Relaxing after a somewhat stressful fish tank water change. I've heard that this can be one of the most stressful things as a fish tank owner. My brother was telling me all about it. They've moved house, and they needed to keep the same fish tank water from their fish tank because they curated it or whatever. They'd finally got it into a something or other. I'm not sure. I kind of stopped listening. Am I hiring? I wish I could. I wish I could hire you at the minute, but I don't make any money. At the moment, we break even, which is incredible. Never thought we would. But the channel breaks even, and that, you know, because my premises are in the house, that means, you know, we managed to pay the rent and bills and all of the various different kind of little bits that need to be purchased on an almost weekly basis to keep the channel going. So like paint and brushes and models if I need to buy them, stuff like that. And then yeah, food, bills, expenses, all that kind of thing. So yeah, the channel is self-sustaining at this point. It wouldn't be if I stopped. If I stopped making videos for a month, we'd be right back at square one again. One day we'll be able to hire. I'll be able to hire you though, Travis. Well, we only break even because you guys watch the videos and the ad revenue, but also when we do these streams, whenever there's new members, whenever there's super chats, it's, you know, it is quite mind-boggling, and it is incredibly humbling as an experience, as an individual, as a person, to be able to get paid to do what I love in many ways. But you know, like I said, we live and breathe on the content, live and die by the content that I make and stream. If I don't make the content or stream, that would be, that would be catastrophic for a month. But yeah, it's been an incredible journey. Need to get you some sponsors. Well, I will have some sponsor spots coming up this week, actually, from serious readers who are an incredible partner to the channel. They love work. I love working with them, and they love working with me, I think. So that's great. Surely Squarespace will be knocking on the door soon. Yeah, I mean, but this is the thing about sponsorships, right? Is like, I only ever want to do sponsorships from stuff that I actually think is appropriate. So like, you know, I make painting tutorials, so telling you guys about a website and a lot of those things is like, sometimes it's commission based, so they might pay you like £100 to have the spot, but then you get commission, right, based on the link. It's like with like Raid Shadow Legends or whatever. The reason they're always telling you to click on their link is because that's how they're actually going to get paid. You see what I mean? Breaking even is something. Nothing wrong with that. I completely agree with you, Squigburger. It's incredible. It's an amazing achievement, and it's one that I think belongs to everybody here. Oh, if I could get a Coke sponsorship, Dan, that would be the one. Like, if Coke got in touch and said we'd love to sponsor you because you drink it all the time, I would be like, yep, let's go, baby. Same for like for me, I would love it if Nike shoes got in touch. If I could get a shoe deal. I'd love a shoe deal. And then we need PlayStation as well. If PlayStation could just start sending me games and sponsor the channel, that would just be wonderful. If you're listening out there. But right now, what we don't have is a paintbrush sponsor or a which is actually quite important. A chair deal, yeah, chair deal. That would be great. I'd love a chair deal. Chair deal, camera deal. But like I said, we need a paintbrush before we get anything else. As a painting channel with no paintbrush support. No, that's true, James. It's not a sponsor. That is an affiliate ad. You are 100% correct. This is the paint we're going to need in a minute. You can't see that. Rictus, Creepus, and Septic. Septic's an interesting one because it's basically this, but a slightly darker green. Which I think basically what we're going to end up with is 20 Clanrats that look vaguely red and dark something, and then 20 Clanrats that look vaguely like Pestilence. Is what I think we're probably going to end up with. But I think it looks really cool. Let's check in on the drying stage. Yeah, we look pretty good. Nearly there. This is always the slow part. You're just waiting for every contrast paint to dry. We just need a couple more minutes, and then we'll get ready to finish off Clan Skryre with a dry brush of Deepkin Flesh. And then that will put us on 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28 Clanrats. 28 Clanrats nearly done, excluding metallics, but the metallics are all just going to be one step. I think there is a universe where I get all of the recipes finished today. Well, tonight. And then we get all the metallics done tomorrow, hopefully. Silent sneak stab kill boys. What, Eshin? We've done Eshin. There's Eshin. Unless you're talking about Creepus. In which case I'm not entirely 100% certain on what Creepus's vibe is. Let me look it up again. Clan Creepus. Oh, it's Black and Bone. Yeah, I remember. Oh, it's actually black and brown. Black and dark brown. Right, I think we're good to go. So we'll just pop the Deepkin Flesh there. Ow. How's that one? Yeah, that one will be okay. Weirdly, one of the top expenses on the channel is probably tissue paper. Okay. Capture, off we go. Hit record. Here we go. And so with that done, what we're now going to do is we're going to dry brush all of those colours with some deepkin flesh, including the brown and the green and the Agrax Earthshade. There we go. Probably need a little bit more deepkin flesh on that. And there you have it. Clan Skryre, all done. And that's how simple we're keeping these recipes. What do you think? I think that looks quite nice. We could do... Could do septic next, I guess. What time are we on? We are at 7 o'clock. What is the name? That is Clan Skryre. Spelled Skryre. So what I mean about this is we can then, if we just throw in our pestilence guys and these guys, our scurvy guys, you see how it creates quite a nice little variation throughout. Put them to one side though. I'm quite pleased with that. So the next one on my list is Rictus, which is bone and black. I think. Still really small. Yeah, bone and black. Which we can then accent with red, because that's the colour they have for the runes. Use that on things like the shields. But yeah. So I'm not gonna start it now because we won't finish it, because we've only got about half an hour left on the stream before I have to go and cook some dinner. But we'll hang out for a little bit if you like. If you haven't already seen, guys, the faction packs should have started dropping today. Oh, no, sorry. We have battle profiles. Faction packs for the Armies of Order are tomorrow, apparently. So what we can do is we can do a quick squiz through how battle profiles work. Is that something you would like to see? Do you know, and can you say if you do, what is in the General's Handbook that isn't in the core box? No, I don't actually. I only know what's in the core box at the moment, I believe. think that's all I know. So what we'll do is this. Do that. Cool. Right. So if I bump over to this screen, what you should now see is battle profiles and rules updates. So this is now available to download, everybody, from Warhammer Community. So here it is. So what you get in here is you get basically all of the points, and it should also tell you exactly how building armies now works in Age of Sigmar, right? So this is one of the things that has been a question mark for a lot of people is how stuff actually works. So because building an army is now slightly different. It's no longer like you have to take an amount of battle line, there's a restriction on artillery, blah 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 blah. The way it works now is you do this, right? So you have your regiments, where you can have up to 5 regiments, which are all led by a hero. But what you'll see, for example, here in Daughters of Cain, here it is you have Bloodrack Medusa, unit size 1, this is a hero, 180 points, regiment options, 0 to 1 Avatar of Cain, any Kinnerai, and any Melusai, right? So Melusai then are Blood Sisters, Blood Stalkers. We have Kinnerai in the form of Heart Renders and Life Takers there. But they can't be followed by any Sisters of Slaughter or Witch Elves, for example. Is how that works. So then what you have is you have things like Morathi Cain. The Shadow Queen is required, 0 to 1 Coven Matriarch, and any Daughters of Cain. So anything can join Morathi Cain's regiment. The Shadow Queen has to go into Morathi Cain's regiment, which you can see here. So Morathi Cain and the Shadow Queen, and then it can be followed by 0 to 1 Coven Matriarchs. Now, a Coven Matriarch you'll see over here in the notes section is this hero can join an eligible regiment as a Coven Matriarch. So the High Gladiatrix can join anything here that says Coven Matriarch, right? In their regiment. Doesn't have to be on their own. So one thing I've kind of noticed as I've been playing around with these points and looking at them is the way to fill like 150 points is to put one of those heroes into someone's regiment if you fill out your regiments. Is the Shadow Queen the small Morathi? Yes, that's right. You play with both the big one and the little one at the same time. That is how that works. So if we go to Stormcast Eternals, which is always the interesting one, because Stormcast Eternals, as you can see, have got quite a lot of models. So there's all of your heroes on one page, and then you have another set of heroes here on this page, and then there's your units, and then there's more units. 4 pages of Stormcast. Which is a lot of stuff to deal with. But what you'll see here, for example, is over here in the notes, this unit will move to Warhammer Legends on the 1st of June 2025. Which I really like that as being in there. Which is, I mean, look, the fact that it's happening is awful, but you can see by 4 pages of Stormcast Eternals kind of why it's happening. But the fact that it's in there, I think, is good to have it in the notes section. So, the Knight Quester can join an eligible regiment as a Stormcast exemplar. The Knight Vexillor can join an eligible regiment as a Stormcast exemplar. And if you keep scrolling down, There are no others. So the Quester and the Vexillor can join other Stormcast regiments. Do all Spearheads fall in this format? No, Spearheads don't fall in this format at all, because Spearheads are as the Spearhead do. So the Spearhead, there's no choices in Spearhead. It's you're buying the spear. You have the Spearhead. The Spearhead is the Spearhead is. So you don't have to worry about this kind of thing. This is for match play, basically, and games of larger format, Age of Sigmar. But so as you can see, for example, this is kind of how this sort of thing works. Now, your regiments consist of a hero can lead 3 units, but your Warlord's regiment is a hero that can lead 5 units, which is why you can, for example, take something like Guard of Steel Soul, who can be followed by a Stormcast Exemplar, 0-1 Gryph-hounds, and any Warrior Chamber just there. What about the points that are the same? No, points don't matter in Spearhead, because there are no points in Spearhead. Because you're not using the points to create a matched play or a matched game of Spearhead. You're playing the Daughters of Cain Spearhead versus the Slaanesh Spearhead. And then the Spearhead rules have been adjusted based on balancing issues. So if you go in and point up, for example, we can do it now, right? If you go for where is it? Yndrasta. There. Yndrasta, 340 points for Yndrasta. And then the Lord, the Knight Vexillor is 120. So 120 plus 360, was it? 340. Puts you on 460 points. You then have your Annihilators there. So 460 plus 180 is going to be... Let me just do this. 340 plus... So Yndrasta's 340. The Knight Vexillor is 120. And the Annihilators are 180. And then you have the Chariot as well, Stormstrike Chariot, that's 170. And then you have 10 Vanquishers, which are down here, which would be 220. So Yndrasta's Spearhead is 1,030 points, right? Whereas if we go to Daughters of Cain, because that's the one I've just done, so I can remember it off the top of my head. So 1,030 points. Remember that. 1,030 for the Yndrasta Spearhead. For Daughters of Cain, as you can see, that consists of a Meliusite Ion Scale, which is 160 points. It then consists of 5 Bloodstalkers, which is 140. It has 5 Doomfire Warlocks, which are 150. And then we also have Witch Elves with paired Skiansa. But that's supposed to be, there's 10 of them, plus 110. So the Daughters of Cain Spearhead is only 560 points. So you might be thinking, that's insane. How can you put 560 points up against 1,030 points? But in the Contents of Fire and Jade, what you see is the Witch Elves and I think the Doomfire Warlocks. Let me just grab the book. We're back. So the Daughters of Cain Spearhead, where have you gone? Daughters of Cain, there you go. So Doomfire Warlocks and the Witch Elves are both reinforceable. So what you would then do is you would go, okay, cool. So if we add another unit of Doomfire Warlocks, so that would be 150. And then we add another unit of Witch Elves with paired Scancer. But I think you divide these into 2 units of 5. Yeah, you do. But anyway, we add another unit of Witch Elves with paired Scancer. So that would be 110. So now it becomes 820, which means there's only 200 points differential. And then the way that that is then balanced in game is that you can't use Yndrasta or the Knight Vexilla until turn 3 and 4, I think it was. Yeah, 3 and 4. So for half the game, you're not using 340 plus 100 and something. 340. Where is it? Yndrasta, there he goes. 340 points, and the Annihilators for 180. So 520 points. So, of your 1030 points, right? You're only using 510 of it for 2 turns. And then the other 520 points turns up, but your opponent has access to all 820 for all 4 turns. You see what I mean? So there's balancing mechanics in that, and then you've got various different abilities and stuff within your army that balance it further, like with the speed and stuff. Do you see? Does it sort of start to make sense? But points are not the right rubric for Spearhead. They're not. Is it possible to remove all enemy units before that point? Yeah, absolutely. So this document contains all of the points for everything, by the looks of things, including the Regiments of Renown. There you go. So, Regiments of Renown are here. As you can see, the Chaos Regiments, the Death Regiments, Destruction Regiments. We have the Warhammer Legends. They've got their stuff. The Order points, Chaos points, Death, Destruction. And we've got the FAQ in here as well. And the glossary. And then we've got the missteps, shall we say, in the printing of Fire and Jade. And we got the rules updates here for the faction packs as well. So this is, if you go to this article here, I'm going to grab the link. There it is. This is where you can download the Warhammer Age of Sigmar core rules, battle profiles, and more for free. The new edition of Warhammer Age of Sigmar is nearly out in the world, and today we begin our week-long rollout of free rules, so you can be ready to play as soon as Skaventide hits the shelves. There are a whole bunch of crucial downloads available today, starting with the main Warhammer Age of Sigmar rules document comprising the core rules, advanced rules, spearhead rules, terrain rules, and a rules glossary. There it is. The battle profiles and rules updates document is also available, containing all of the points costs for every army alongside rules updates, FAQs, addenda, and errata. You'll find unit sizes, points cost, any notes, and base sizes, plus your hero's regiment options and the relevant keywords for every unit. Points for Regiments of Renown and Warhammer Legends are also included. Rules for all of these will follow. Finally, ensure your games go off without a hitch with the Warhammer Age of Sigmar Quick Start Guide and the Spearhead reference document cheat sheets that cover all of your basics. So at that link there, you can download all of this now for free from Warhammer Community. And you can start creating some lists. You can see whether your collections need to add or take away. You can look at your old lists and see if you can do it as well. Also, there's this article that I've just seen. Cool. Sick. But there you go. There's a quick foray into the world of the points and the General's Handbook and all of that good stuff. Well, it's not the General's Handbook, it's the points document, really. Usually that stuff does come as part of the General's Handbook, which is why I kind of keep getting it confused, but that is the... So there's lots of stuff, lots of information for you guys to sift through today. But yeah. What are Regiments of Renown? So Regiments of Renown are things that have been coming out as part of the... what's it called? The Dawnbringers. No, the White Dwarf Grombrindle points. Is there really not? Yeah. Well, Control F didn't find it. So yeah. So basically, what the Regiments of Renown are stuff that's been coming out as part of Dawnbringers, which are, you know, those boxes, those Dawnbringer boxes that have been coming out. Basically, those are the Regiments of Renown, and it's a way of being able to put allies into your army in a preset, determinated fact, right? So what you can, they've been involved in the books as well. So a great example of this is let's just look for the order ones, because they're the ones that are easiest usually. Fury's Flamebearers. So Fury's Flamebearers is a Regiment of Renown which costs 500 points, and in that Regiment of Renown what you get is 1 Grimhold Exile, 5 Auric Hearthguard, 5 Hearthguard Berserkers with Flamestrike Poleaxes, and 10 Volkite Berserkers with Fire Steel weapons. This Regiment of Renown can be included in the following factions: Cities of Sigmar, Daughters of Cain, Ideneth Deepkin, Caradron Overlords, Rumineth Realm Lords, Seraphon, Stormcast Eternals, and Sylvaneth. So it's a way of putting Fire Slayers into your other things with their kind of, with that amount of points, basically. So 500 point block to bring all of that, rather than doing kind of specific narrow allies. But one thing that is returning clearly, according to the Regiments of Renown, the mercenary regiments, is the Mega Gargants being able to be used as mercenaries for Order, Death, and Destruction. So Bundo Whalebiter's back for Order. One-Eyed Grunnock is Warstomper Mega Gargant. He's back for Chaos. And Big Drog Fort Kicker is back for Death. So you can have a Mega Gargant in your Death armies. Pre-built allies. Basically, yeah. So one of the ones I did use was... what's it called? It was a Chaos one. Yeah, that's it. Full Goth's Shudderhood, which was the Harbinger of Decay, 5 Putrid Blight Kings, and 2 Puscoil Blight Lords. I used that in my Slaves to Darkness just to pad the Slaves to Darkness list, because I hadn't finished painting it yet. So it was, you know, it was an easy way to put 540 points of a list to one side, plus Archaon, and then I only had about 400 points I had to fill. So yeah, it is a good way of doing it. It's nice. Because the allies used to work in Age of Sigmar that you could take up to, I want to say, 400 points of allies from your faction, from your Grand Alliance, in your army, and you wouldn't lose access to your army benefit. They don't get the army benefit, but you wouldn't lose access to yours. So that was one way of doing it, but these Regiments of Renown and Armies of Renown are another thing, but they're not in here. These Regiments of Renown are ways of being able to just, like you said, put pre-built allies in. I also have missed your response earlier about the Magister of Tzeentch on disc from the Spearhead. Just wondering if it'll be getting a video. Yeah, I need to get one, Chewy. I need to get that, and I need to get another unit of Flamers, and then I can do Spearhead Disciples of Tzeentch. But I haven't got one yet. I just need to find a way to buy one that's not going to cost me the earth. But I want to do a video on it, for sure. You send me yours. Yeah, but then I have to send it back, Chewy. I'll be in the same place. Fleet Foxes, Belthanos, Kurnoth Hunters, etc. are one of the renowned regiments. No, they were Army of Renown. The Belthanos army. The Sylvaneth one is called Elthwin's Thorns, and that consists of 1 Arch Revenant and 5 Gossamed Archers. So that's a really easy way of putting some range into something like Fire Slayers. Cost 260 points. Gotrek Gurnison, he's an Order regiment. He costs 360 points, but he can be put into anything. The Saviors of Cinderfall, the Black Talons. They're all order regiments of renown. It's the same with Abraxia's Blades of Chaos, or whatever they're called. That's an army of renown rather than a regiment of renown. That's a different thing. I'm not sure if those armies of renown are going to survive into this edition, but we'll see. Some of them are busted. The Abraxia one in particular, it's horrible. If you haven't seen it, do seek it out. But guys, it is now 7:30, so it is time for us to conclude the festivities tonight. I'm going to go and make some dinner, and then I'm going to return to painting Clanrats. So like I said, this video is probably going to be live on Thursday. That is when I'm aiming for it to go live. So that means I've got to spend the time painting it. So yeah, Clanrats video on Thursdays. Liberators video tomorrow will go live. I'm also going to be filming another video tonight, hopefully with Adam, which I will try and put live this week. Wednesday, for those of you who love the live streams, on Wednesday we're either going to go live a little bit earlier or we're going to go live quite a lot later, because on Wednesday there is a game of football. And it's, you know, a reasonably important one. England versus the Netherlands on Wednesday the 10th of July at 8 o'clock. And if I go live at 8:30, I'll be streaming and all I want to be doing is watching the football, right? So England is on Wednesday, and so we're either going to stream before that or we're going to stream after the game. I haven't decided which, but there will be a stream on Wednesday. I just haven't figured out when we're going to do it. I will maybe ask Discord when they would rather see it, but we shall see in the end. But as mentioned, Liberators tomorrow, stream on Wednesday, Clanrats on Thursday, and then either the Lord Terminos or the Night Quester on Friday. And then on Saturday, hopefully the Claw Lord. Or we'll do nice Dutch shirt. Thanks. We've got to do the terrain as well. I forgot about that. So I've got to do the Claw Lord and the terrain. So maybe I'll do the terrain instead of the Lord Terminos. We'll find out. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight, guys. We will see you all in the next one. See you all tomorrow for another video. Love you. You're the best. And I hope you have a great evening. Last Tales is coming up soon too. Yep, that's next week. Next Wednesday will be the last Tales before we do the prologue. Epilogue. Whatever it's called. Anyway, see you all very soon in the next one. Have a great evening, the rest of you. Thank you so much for all the gifted memberships. We had 6 new members today. Eric Kamanu and Hackadek. Thank you very much for the gifted and for becoming a member. You guys are legends. See you all later. Bye for now. Bye. Bye. See you later. Bye. Bye. Bye for now. Bye. Bye.